Is the chicken too hot? Shouldn't be too hot. You eat it, bud. Good morning, everyone. All kitties accounted for. We didn't have as much rain overnight as some people had, which actually was good because it was sounding really loud out there, and the 3D print is still running. I thought Johnny said it was 2 days. It's going to be more like 3 days. It is 2 chassis at one time though, so it is what it is. It's still running. We didn't have any power blips. That's good. I am running late though to get out of here to walk to go to the chiropractor, so I got to get a move on it. Hi. You want some more lovin'? You've turned into such a moochie. Yeah. Hang on. I gotta get one. Whoa, hi, Zoe. Hi, Morris. Aw. Hi, sorry, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Alright, well, I've got everybody's water bowl cleaned. It's amazing how dirty they get overnight when plant stuff falls in it, but that's what it's supposed to look like. Let's move on to the next kitty. Panther, here I come. Oh, and I did unfern my fairy garden over here. The little cardboard house in the corner has 100% bit the dust, but other than that, it was about what I expected. There's my buddy. Hey, Panther. Well, you got a good spot for rainy days. Since I've cleaned the towel, he's been up in this chair. I can see him on the camera at night. It's where he's been sleeping. It's a good summer sleeping position, right? Yeah, it's a good summer sleeping position. It's a good boy. Hey there, Missy. Nice clean bowl again. I know you were hid for a while because of that thunder again last night, but I'm glad to see you came out and enjoyed your food. There you go, sweetie. Good morning. I spilled my coffee all over the stove this morning. I lost cream and monk fruit and everything. Dawn bailed me out though, so we're up here at the track walking today instead of doing the usual because I'm way short on time. Bye, Donnie. See you in a little while. Love you. So I didn't film any more up at the park because our friend Rosa was there, and she was gracious enough to walk with me while Don took his conference call and to walk the pogo route out into the parking lot a bit so I could get my route for the day done. And I had not had a chance to really catch up with her in some time. It's kind of been a high bye a few times, but we talked about Johnny and Tom Clancy novels and Pokemon Go and cable streaming services and, you know, stuff like that. So I enjoyed talking with her. It's 10:28. I am on my way to the chiropractor with not a minute to spare again, I'm sure. We cut our walk a little short, but I got in my 30-minute exercise ring and I've got 5,000 steps so far today. So it was good to get out there. Like I said, my morning was just not coming together well. I spilled my coffee. I think my grip is a little off because I'm overused my arm and my wrist, and my carpal tunnel in my right hand is really acting up. You know, waking up at night with it pins and needles and numb and hurting and changing position and hoping for the best and falling back asleep basically. Maybe Janice can pulse it somehow today, remove some of the inflammation. It's just from overuse, pulling all that grapevine. Actually, Ruby says I have 7 minutes to spare. If that's true, that's awesome. Still no software update on either car, which is okay. Get out here on my turnpike cruising speed. I like the middle lane when possible. It's all good. There's definitely a chance of more rain this afternoon, not related to the hurricane. So we'll see what happens there. I am planning to go to Whole Foods, but if that starts weather or energy or decision to go someplace else, could change that. I don't need a lot again, but planning on going there today. That white car right there, they came through a red light back there at that accident scene and nearly hit me. The person behind me was honking for me to go. I was looking and paying attention and going when it was safe to do so. You know, everybody's distracted at an intersection with an accident. I don't know what happened back there, but that Infiniti was really messed up. Everyone was out of the car and didn't seem to be injured, but that Infiniti, the front end, the way it collapsed and the metal was sticking out to the side, it didn't look good. So hopefully everyone was fine because there wasn't a passenger, because it seemed like the passenger side took the brunt of it. Scary stuff. Yeah, as I completed the turn, I was able to see that the light was red. I mean, after an accident at that intersection, of course, it's possible the traffic lights were malfunctioning, so you shouldn't assume, right? But it was red. I don't know what was going on in that person's brain that they would run a red light and very late end at an accident scene and with a state trooper on scene. So thankfully, I wasn't too distracted. I saw them coming, because that was just kind of scary. Slow down at accident scenes. Well, Janice was able to position the rings right up in that thumb joint there, and I would say so far so good. You know, I'll know tonight better. Sometimes it takes, you know, the inflammation doesn't move away instantaneously, but the pulsing helps the inflammation to settle down. So we did 20 minutes on my hand and 10 minutes on my back. I would have loved more time on my back, but there was somebody right behind me today, so no problem. There's always next week. The back row over here is very full, so I thought I would just check what was going on up here. That truck on the end is taking the one spot over here I would probably be okay with. I could take that nice, you know, right in front of the store space, but nah. Yeah, it's pretty packed today. Stopping for a pedestrian. You can see a few Teslas sprinkled in down there today. Yeah, Hertz takes over the whole Hertz side, and then they take over down here too. Maybe I sure could get that spot right in front of the store. A big power company vehicle slid right in front of me down there on the end and used up the rest of those spaces, making that totally not an option. So I'm up here in this front space, and I backed in because I can literally be that precise looking in that mirror over there at where my tire is, and it should be okay. The Legos that were here last week are gone just as well, or I probably would have been tempted. Not the most comfortable, needs back support too. The Yogi Bear towel is really cute, but since it's sideways, it'd be hard to enjoy except on the ground at the beach. Wouldn't show well on a towel rack. Well, Jeff was back here today. Our friend that works at Fuquay, he's covering for somebody on vacation. And I count 3 Model 3s and a Bolt. There was also a Bolt out front. I didn't have Climate Keep on at Guardian Angel, but I turned it on now. Parking lot's not super busy today. I mean, there's people here, don't get me wrong, but it's not packed like it so often is. Okay, I'm getting off the exit by the chiropractor. You're gonna see me jerk out of autopilot here to stay in the middle lane, because I'm making a left turn after the intersection. As I come up to the intersection, it becomes evident pretty much right away that there's an accident. Unfortunately, with the way Ruby is parked and turned a little to the right, you can't see the cars in the accident. They're basically right here. But let's stay front. You can clearly see the light's red. There's a good bit of traffic coming through. I think the state trooper's fixing to come up on my right. Here he's coming. And he's going to come up just to my right, make himself known, get the cars to stop. Even though they have the green, and he's going to... Oh, don't do that. I hate it when it does that. He's going to cut across to the accident scene. There he goes. And we're waiting for the light to turn green. Oftentimes I'm able to make a right on red here because there's nobody coming to the left, but they're all backed up trying to get around the accident scene. And in a minute when the light turns green, I'm going to start into the, be thinking about going into the intersection, and I'm waiting and I'm getting honked at. The Tesla came through on red. And then I had to stop here, and that guy came through on red. So the Tesla was a little late. He probably shouldn't have done that. But then the other car certainly shouldn't have done that. It was fully green. It's a good thing I was looking left and going slow and making sure he was going to stop, or it would have been a bad outcome. And I saw it was red his way, so I know he wasn't confused about the state of the light. I am headed to the house now. I don't think I'll stop at Fuquay Guardian Angel, but you never know. I came this way to leave the parking lot because there's a red Performance Y there, and he has a Tesla sticker. Sticker's not the right word. Decal on the front hood that's a T. I walked past and I was like, oh, that didn't come factory like that, because it looked that good. It was like a gray, matte blackish in color, and the right size for the Tesla T that you would often see on the front, and it just looked pretty cool. Had red calipers. I don't know if it came like that or they were painted after. Definitely Performance though. Well, there's still a lot of work going on here. And Kildare Farm Road and Holly Springs Road on the turnpike. This was one of the areas with the biggest changes, both to the street road and the turnpike going in. Hey Donnie.
Hey pretty girl.
I seen your video. You were looking at that power station thing again.
Yeah.
Way cool.
Yeah.
I got groceries and a couple things from Guardian Angel.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Okay, so I didn't spot anything except for this chip right here, this Q3 chip. If you notice, it's a little buckley, and if you notice right in front of it, there's a little silver specks. It's like it got really hot and snap, crackle, pop. Q2 is the same type of chip. The input here is 15 volts. This is the voltage across that capacitor, 15 volts. This is a MOSFET. Now I know I'm going to go out on a limb and call it an N channel because that's normally the common. Basically, if you notice this one pin up here, that's the gate, and then the other three are the source, and the other four the drain, are source and the drain. So this is a common DC to DC converter switching circuit. These are cheap, these chips, so I've ordered 10 of them from China, free shipping, $4.63. So I'm gonna unsolder this guy, and probably that one too, because if this one turns out to be a P channel, then I'll have to go order the inverse of what I did. But like I said, I went shot from the hip and thinking it's probably an in-channel MOSFET.
And again, we came into this Jackery 500 Explorer power station, and if Don can fix it, great, and if not, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, it's worth $5. I mean, I don't know that this is bad, but based on the fact that this is actually a multi-power point tracking circuit is actually what it is, MPPT. But based on that and some sample diagrams that I found out there, it's very possible that those are, because if these MOSFETs, if one of them's blown, it won't hit a lick because they switch. And like I said, it's worth $4.63 free shipping.
And your time.
Yeah, free shipping from China.
Don says September the 13th,
yeah.
So it'll be sitting a couple of weeks, but not super long.
Right.
And Johnny's print has finished over here, and he has asked us to start a new print, which we're going to do. So, yeah, way cool. All right. That thing's magnetized on there, and these things are, you know, just be careful with the legs, but there's pretty much just this cover piece David helped set us up with. They making all the difference in the world in this printer, putting out some great stuff.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, they look okay. I don't know what these are.
We'll let Johnny clean it up.
I figure Johnny handle it. Johnny's.
So we got one more print on the green filament. We're going to clean it with alcohol. I told Don it ran for 3 days. We really need to recalibrate it again. And while he does that part, I'm going to go in the house and put the new print job on the SD card.
Yeah, well, I let the steppers go. Clean it. I'm gonna clean it after I let the steppers go. I'm gonna stepper go, adjust it, and then I'll clean it right before we start it.
All right. All right. Literally the next print, that's what he called the file, is starting. It's heating back up and everything. Don calibrated it, leveled it is really what we mean. Made sure the bed is level, and I don't know how much filament that is, but that even after those two big chassis, that's still a lot of filament. And this is a 24-hour print, so if we started it by 4 today, which is like 3:30, he was hoping it would be done by 3:30 tomorrow. And then I think we're changing back to the black print. Not black print, but obviously I meant black filament. A big bone-in pork chop and leftover casserole. Yum yum. So I've had this entertainment center since about 1993. And the two side pieces, one's upstairs in the attic, had never, had this recess in the top of them. Let me push this away. See the hole? Whereas this one was flat, and that's never been a good thing for decorating. And I bought a wood picture frame thing today. Well, it was a wood wall hanging thing. It didn't have any glass in it. And I was praying that it would just fit up here and it would be good enough. But alas, that was kind of silly of me. So Don's project, which I thought would be easy, but you know, the things I think are easy are never actually easy. Matter of fact, if I say it's going to be easy and no big deal, that's probably a sure giveaway that it's going to be a problem. Anyway, he's cutting me a piece of wood. We looked at lots of options. My piece didn't work. I know I was naive to think that it would, but, and to add complications to it, it's not just a rectangle. It's got supports on the side that have these little cutout areas that make it complicated. Oh, poor Donnie. Does it fit? Does it fit? Does it fit?
I doubt it.
Oh, I got faith in you. Looked like it snapped down right down in there just fine. It fits!
Yeah, it does. It works pretty good. Looks like it's going to be just fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
How sweet is that? And because of the cutout thing, it'll never slide, so it fits like a great puzzle piece. I should be able to get 2 buildings here. I'm very pleased. I'm gonna start on the small pumpkin house because I had to order parts for the big pumpkin house. So let's see how far I can get with this one. It's raining and there was some thunder and lightning, and these two are hanging out inside. They come to the door pretty quick. Oh, you were fine, Marty. It's coming along nicely. Obviously, there's going to be a second half and it's going to stick together through those holes.